Hello, it's me, G Chrome, doing another video on my phone in my living room on the couch. Sorry about that. Next week I'll be using my nice new fancy camera, but it'll probably still be in my living room because my budget for new sets got slashed. You're gonna have to take that with SGA if you want me to do videos in other places. But, I'm just going to look at my Deadpool poster and my fridge in the background. Anyways, today I'm doing a blog on the 5 strangest blogs. Now, I should preface this by saying that the internet is pretty big and I can't look at every blog. So, if you find a blog that's stranger, feel free to comment, but I guarantee you there are blogs that are stranger than the ones I'm about to use that I just couldn't use because I didn't know about them. Anyways, number 5 is going to be the Sweet Spot blog on ESPN. It's a baseball blog run by Dave Schoenfeld. So obviously I love it. And usually it's just Dave talking about, he has his daily top 5. That's just the 5 coolest things that happened in that day in baseball. But it's kind of just a place for ESPN.com to put everything it doesn't know what to do with. Once there was, this script for an imaginary episode of Seinfeld where George Costanza still worked for the Yankees and told Alex Rodriguez to do the opposite of what his instincts told him. Sometimes they have hot rumors. It's just whatever. Number 4 is BuzzFeed. I'm going to move the camera closer. There we go. I like that better. Number 4 is BuzzFeed. And BuzzFeed, some of you might have a problem with me calling that a blog. However, I have 2 responses to you. The first is that this assignment's fairly vague, so I'm taking advantage of my artistic freedom. The second thing I have to say is you can suck it, because I don't care if you don't like me calling BuzzFeed a blog. There is nothing you can do about it. Unless you're Dr. Gilshab, in which case I guess you could take points off. Though I'm pretty sure that these assignments are not based on our content. So, anyways, BuzzFeed, you all know what BuzzFeed is. I'm not sure the people who run BuzzFeed know what BuzzFeed is, because sometimes they're the same, just putting random half-assed listicles of nostalgia, and sometimes they actually try and be real journalist. And sometimes they're not half bad, but sometimes it doesn't work at all. Also, I recently saw an article of theirs why they don't like cargo shorts, so screw BuzzFeed. Number 3 is Deadspin. Deadspin is the anti-sports journalism site. They're more of a comedy site than a journalism site, but they take, funny opinions on sports. Their Why Your Team Sucks NFL preview they do every year is just legendarily hilarious. And as a Lions fan, it's somewhat therapeutic. Doing weird things with my arm, aren't I? Oh well. Anyways, so yeah, Deadspin, like I said, sometimes they're actual trying to do sports journalism, but it's rare. Number 2 is Sploid. It's also part of the Kinja family, and I checked, and all of the 3 Kinja ones I'm going to do are considered separate blogs, so they count separately. Just gonna... So, Sploid, unlike the other 2 Kinja ones I'm doing, does not have a specific focus. It's just whatever they think is cool. They recently had a story about the visual parallelism between the Star Wars trilogies, the 2 of them. They had a story about squid skin. They just do whatever they want. It can be about science, film, literature, anything. Which is strange because usually blogs have specific focuses. And number 1 is Jezebel. Now, if you were to describe Jezebel, you'd probably describe it as a feminist blog, which would technically be correct. But one of the strange things is, like, they don't just focus on feminist issues, they also do, like, celebrity gossip, fashion, whatever. And that whole gossip thing leads me to something even strange about Jezebel, is that they try and be a feminist blog while being part of the Gawker family, which I wouldn't say is actively undermining the feminist cause, but certainly not helping. Like, last year when all those celebrity nude photos leaked, Jezebel rightly condemned it. Meanwhile, their parent company published a link to the nude pictures. And the average Jezebel reader is not ignorant of this fact. You go down the comment section of some Jezebel articles and you'll see people point out the hypocrisy of working with Gawker while trying to promote feminism. I think the strangest part about Jezebel is they're trying to reflect how in real life not all feminists agree on everything, how there's a spectrum. But I don't want to say they don't do a good job of it. If you read a lot of Jezebel, it just seems like they just have a bunch of contradictory opinions, which I guess they do. Different bloggers have different opinions, and I guess a blog per se doesn't need to have everyone on the same page. It's just strange because a lot of blogs that are run by one person only have one person's opinion. So it's not necessarily bad per se, just strange. So that's my list of the 5 weirdest blogs that I know of. I'm going to put that qualification right there. Yeah. So once again, if you have ones that I know I missed, put them down in the comment section.